I drove past the old station the other day.
You did?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. The old station, not the one on the house by the highway.
No, you went by 203.
Yeah, Skokie Valley Road. I had to take my sister home because she was out for the weekend for my niece's birthday, and she doesn't want to take the train yet. So I went north instead of taking 90 into Schaumburg. So I took 94 through Hawthorne.
Okay.
And drove past the old Weef.
Yeah, well...
and a tear rolled down my cheek.
Well, the old Weef is going to have a new lease on life. I'm planning on re-editing and releasing many of the old shows onto SoundCloud.
Oh, okay. Will SoundCloud kind of have that? I mean, like, what about music? Is it still free range over there?
Well, SoundCloud, I paid for it. I paid through the nose to get all the bells and whistles, so it'll go unmuted. It won't get messed with. So that's why I had to jump on that. And currently, I'm working on getting a Mixcloud account together. But that you need an actual console like you have, a computer, in order for that to happen. So. That's going to be a little longer in coming, but it's going to come eventually. I got a few ducks being scraped together, and then of course my daughter's boyfriend is kind of an IT head, so he's going to look at this tower that I got about 2 years ago, and if he says it'll do the job, and then Julie's bringing the monitor home, and I've got the keyboard, I got the mouse, I got that. All I'll need is to get the connections. Once I got all of that together, then I'll be able to not only get on Mixcloud, but I'll be able to go on WRTR as well and actually start, they've got a shift waiting there for me. So, so I'm going forward and, pretty much, giving the big wazoo to Facebook and Instagram, just pretty much going to use them for promotions only, and that'll be fine. That'll be just fine. In fact, there's just this big movement going. Are we recording or are we just
sure
talking?
are. We sure as shit are. So don't say any fucking bad words.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't sure that we were rolling.
Oh, yeah.
All right. But, so there's my point. And, all right. we didn't even open the show yet.
Welcome, everybody, to Squares Roundtable Podcast, episode 118.
Now we did.
Yes. We made it. I done did it.
Yeah, you did. So, do I continue
continue your statement?
Okay. Well, so that's, so the big migration from Facebook and Instagram has started because they're not playing games. Because I've already heard, I've already read commentary and I've gotten information. I've actually watched it happen, which is terrible.
What?
When you're actually watching the programs being live streamed and they're distorting the sound. They're already distorting the sound already.
Well, that's the algorithm doing the job, so meh.
Yeah, so as far as they're holding to it, and for those of you out there who are trying to say, well, I'm going to buck the system, well, here's the 3 strikes. 3 strikes. Remember that in Canada? That's another story. But I
remember it in baseball.
No, it's Mike
in
knows
bowling.
No.
You have at least possibility for 10 strikes in bowling.
12, actually.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not much of a bowler, so.
I bowl. I love to bowl. Anyway, that's not the point. Point I meant with that was...
I like cereal bowls. And spaghetti bowls.
I just posted a Three Stooges video, and that had a sugar bowl haircut. So I'm sorry. Continue, Ivan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So it comes down to this. The algorithm is doing its job, and people better not mess around because now if you're live streaming from a page, the page is going to be apprehended. If you are doing it off of your own page, your page will be apprehended, shut down, and maybe even deleted. They're playing hardball. So just for those of you out there who are thinking, oh, well, you know, they're not going to catch me. No, they're going to catch you. And even if you are going to stream, they're going to distort the sound. They're going to, drop you without a warning. They're not going to give you the red bar anymore. They're just going to cut you right off, like they did me on Sunday. I was finishing off a spinning wheel performance, and I didn't even get to say goodbye because they cut me right off, no warning. I was lit. I was like, okay, well, I guess that's it.
That's all she wrote. So okay.
That's all she wrote. So I wrote my statement in Facebook.
Okay.
And I had my say, and apparently seems like I've my voice reverberated through the internet, and had my post has made its way across the waters, made its way around, and I stand by it. I stand by it. So now, you know, I paid my money, and now I'm doing things on SoundCloud. I'm going to pay even more money, and I'm going to go on Mixcloud, and I don't mind paying the money. It's just the principle of the situation, which I've talked about repeatedly on this show over the last couple of years, so I don't need to repeat myself again. But, so with that being said, you know, it's, you know, I'm content. In fact, I released a wonderful, rockabilly show, you know, yesterday, you know, to my best of friends and everything who have, you know, I sent an advance copy, and now it's available for everybody to listen to, the Rockabilly from the Tenement series.
Okay.
And I also plan to release, Weef Nuggets, which that's going to contain very funny situations from all of us from the old show, which I'm going to enjoy editing and putting that together. That's going to be a good time. And, you know, just putting, you know, the stuffs and the flubs out there, which, you know, so the rest of the world can hear just what we were 25 years ago, which I'm going to... Oh, my
God, 25 years ago.
Oh. So I'm going to...
It was 90. I started in 96, 97, so that's 23, so close enough.
Well, I started in 95, so yeah.
Yeah, I started at Weef in 95, but we didn't meet till I think it was just after New Year's when we met.
Yeah. So
96.
It's been 24. Yeah, 96.
So 24, yeah, going on 20. Going to be next year. Going to be 24 years, 25. Crazy, man, crazy how time flies.
It doesn't fly.
Well, it's good, and I'm feeling good about that whole thing because there was a lot of really good material, a lot of, really, well, not quite as good, but, still funny stuff. And then, of course, the limited series of the Sweet Daddy Jive Show, which there were only 6 of those that are in existence. A 7th one, came out.
What kind of music do you play on Sweet Daddy Jive?
Well, the Sweet Daddy Jive Show, that was during the time when we, when in the late 90s, early 2000s, the public was going through a swing phase. Remember all those, all of those.
Oh, damn, I thought for sure it was polka.
No jive music. That's no jive.
No, but it's good. Well, it is jive music. It's what it is. I mean, that was, the Cherry Poppin' Daddies and, Big Daddy and all these other bands, new bands were making all these type of, kind of, rock and jive tunes, and then, mixed in with all the stuff that I had in the Moonsoul, the now renamed Moonsoul Music Collection, that made up those shows. But I just discovered that I only made 6 appearances live on air with the Sweet Daddy Jive Show, and then one just appeared, and I guess it must have been something that I had pre-recorded because I guess I was going someplace. I don't know where now. It's lost to me. But it's an entire show totally, unaired, so I'm probably gonna, make that the the finale and just have all 7 of them up there. And before they do, I'm going to fix them all up. I'm going to make them sonically pleasing. I'm going to fix whatever errors or whatever situations.
You're going to have a hedgehog?
Hedgehog? What?
Sonically pleasing. He's going to have a hedgehog?
Sonic? Oh, no.
Okay.
You know, I've never been to a Sonic.
That's a different Sonic, though. Oh, those are good, though.
What do you get at Sonic?
You know, tots and ice cream stuff. The ice cream stuff is good.
Ivan, you get a Sonic near you?
Yeah, well, not near me, but near enough to me to actually go to it. And, I haven't been there in a while, but, they do make good milkshakes. They do make, good, tater tots. Their hot dogs are good. I've had a number of their menu items and they're really very good.
Yeah. Okay.
I know they do like a chili cheese tots.
Yeah, they do.
That's good stuff.
Also, like a tater tot with chili embedded into it, or?
Yeah, they basically put like chili and cheese on top of tater tots.
On top. Okay, it's not okay.
Yeah,
come on, stop it now.
What?
It's like
it's not a cake got that ability.
Sonically pleasing cheesy chili.
Okay.
So how's the rest of your week aside from the DJ gigs, Ivan? How you been?
Well, I've been good. Feeling a lot better about a lot of things. Come to a point in my life where it's like, okay, I'm going to unload the emotional baggage I've been carrying around for decades, and finally made peace with a whole lot of people. Finally released a whole lot of juju that I've been carrying around for a long time, and finally came to the point where it's like, yeah, you know what? At least if once I leave here, at least I can leave in peace, knowing that I put my best foot forward, and that I give the olive branch, and or have just decided to say, hey, I'm not going to carry this animosity or this stuff around any longer. I mean, I realized that, I used to say, oh, well, I don't harbor any grudges. And then I just realized, yeah, I do. Yeah, I did. And so I made a few phone calls the other day, and I finally confronted, those that I had those harboring those grudges and things with. And I finally said, look, all right, what happens after today? The past is the past. Let's let that go. Let's see where life takes us from here. And I felt like this weight come off my shoulders, and I was very satisfied with the fact that I was able to come to that term in my life that, yes, I can be a better person. I just had to realize that I needed to be a better person.
Yeah. Well, you're already a good dude, Ivan. I mean.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I like to think I'm essentially a good person, and I like to think of myself as a person that is, that has a lot to offer and a lot to give. But also, I found that when you live life, when you've been, through the marriages like I've been, when you've been a father to raise a daughter, when you do a lot of different things, that you finally look back on it and you think, man, I wasn't always on my best, and I wasn't always on my word. And I guess I came to the conclusion that, I talk a good game about, being a good fellow man and this and that, but yet I'm harboring things. And it almost made me sound hypocritical. So I came to terms with that yesterday. And I was like, I need to be the better person, okay? And I need to treat those that have treated me with the utmost respect, with the utmost sensibility that,
respect is earned, not given away, but...
I'm sorry?
Respect is earned in a lot of respects.
Oh, yeah.
I see what I did.
Of course it's earned, absolutely. But at the same time, I come from a place where I come from a place that, a lot, respect is earned. This is true, but my way of doing things has always been very freeform and very organic because, I tend to take people at face value, and I tend to be very trusting. I tend to be very straightforward, and then I'm also thinking in my mind that people will accept me this way because I accept people this way. And I came to the conclusion that no, people have their own sensibility as to how, they take you or not take you. And sometimes, maybe I might have been a little bit too over the top sometimes. Maybe I've been a little too non-filtered. Maybe I've been a little bit too braggadocio in some things in my life. And I come to the point where now it's like, yeah, I finally felt in my heart and in my mind that I did the right thing by approaching those people and saying, if I caused you any pain, if I caused you any embarrassment, and if I caused you anything other than a good feeling of being about me and around me, then I'm sorry. And, you come to this with your life, because also especially now with the way things are and how precious life truly is. And 1 minute, you're talking to that person, and the next minute you read Facebook and find out that person you once held that animosity and that grudge with is not there for them to forgive you, or you can say, I'm sorry to them. And I've had that happen a lot over the last few years. And it went off like a bolt in my mind that, I need to be more forthcoming things, and I need to be that better person. I need to return phone calls quicker. I need to be more available for those who need of me. I need to be, not as judgmental or as, callous as I can be sometimes. Because, I'm a good person, but yes, I also, for a long time I used to think, maybe my flaws aren't that bad. But they were. And so I just kind of, I guess I could say in a lot of ways I turned a new leaf on a lot of it, especially
it's turning a big birthday last month. That changes. Like next year I got a birthday of a certain number that ends in 0. So I'm feeling you. I feel you. And you just got to leave with no regrets. And
that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing because
okay.
you and that, and also too, I owe you guys a lot. Okay, and I'm gonna it's gonna be one of those really deep, heavy moments with you and Jeff, and I wanna let you know that, you guys have weathered me for 25 years, okay? And, Jeff was in and out of my life, and you were the mainstay, Mike, but at the same time, that doesn't make the value of it any less, whichever the situation presents itself. All things should come to that, point where it's like, you know what? A person, I used to say it, a person with friends is a rich man. And if I was to translate that richness of the friendships I've had with you and Jeff over all these years, and of course you've, through incredible odds, okay, because I know that sometimes little Ivan running ahead of you and Jeff, and it's like, oh no, what's he gonna say? What's he gonna do? Oh no. But to a lot of people wouldn't have tolerated that. They would have just said, okay, but you didn't. And to that I am appreciative. To that I am grateful. And I just want to let you know that my life is better with you and Jeff in it. And I don't ever want you to know, not to know, that you have given me that quality of life and that you've given me so very much that maybe you might not even think about it. But yesterday, I really thought about it. And I guess also, too, the nostalgia, listening to all the old radio shows, listening to all the old tapes, listening to, our show, listening to the Squares of the Round Table and everything like that. And I find that, you know what?
You really did have a wonderful life, Ivan Bailey.
Yes, I did. I really did have a wonderful life.
And it ain't over yet.
And it's not over yet.
No, we've just begun. We just started the show, too.
Yeah, so, unless you're on Facebook, then you're going to not be. That might be over.
No, then you're going to get cut off, and you're going to hear our voices distorted and garbled, and you don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, thank you, Ivan. Thank you for those sentiments. Thank you.
I've become unafraid, to just say it the way I feel it when it comes to that, because I may never have that chance again. And I just don't want nobody to get away from me.
You don't want anybody?
I don't want anybody to get away from me knowing that, that they didn't feel nothing but good around me. And if I've slighted them in any way, shape, or form, that I want to make it right.
There you go. It's all good. Good words to live by.
Well, I want to give that hope because, also today I voted. I voted today, and it's important.
Did you drop it in the mailbox, or did you send it to your local post office, or what did you do?
Well, I got it behind me after I do the show tonight. I'm going to walk across the street, and I'm going to drop it in my mailbox, and they got a tracker on it, which I know won't get lost. I'm happy about that. And
is it a blinking red light?
No, it's actually
like the back tracker.
It's actually a scan code they got on the envelopes now.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's ingenious and it's well done, and the fact that I got to do it gave me a sense of empowerment. That I might be one person voting, but yes, I am that one domino tilting, so that the other dominoes can follow along behind me. And just remember, if you don't vote, my grandfather used to say, you don't vote, you're a zero to the left of the money column. And that's true. That's true. So
I really thought when you were going to go with the domino, we were going to get like a tickism. I am the domino that knocks all the other dominoes down. I am the... I thought that was where we were going. I was there with you.
I am the cream of the coffee, and I am your sugar to your...
Yeah. That's where I thought we were going, but I'm like, he went the wrong way.
I wish you could have come in behind me and just took off with it. I mean,
Spoon!
That show is so underrated.
What's that?
The King.
Spoon, yeah.
I remember one time at a Gen Con, I saw the unaired pilot.
Mm. Are we talking about the cartoon, or are we talking about the
live action?
I never saw the live action. I've only seen the cartoon.
Yeah,
I saw the cartoon.
There was a pilot to a live action that
Amazon
never aired.
did it.
Yeah.
No, Amazon did the show.
I know. But this was years ago, back when the Tick was super popular.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember watching the Tick on Fox, and that was when when Fox was a lot more interesting, and so but I think I might have saw parts of the live action, but I'm not quite sure. I mean, my memory being what it is.
So you done anything else aside from DJing and voting and calling back ungrudging people?
Yeah, just feeding the cats.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You need to feed those every once in a while.
Yeah, but Otis is getting huge. Otis is getting big. I mean, I remember getting him And now it's like he's just this big, long. Let me see, from tip to paw. He's got to be at least 2.5 feet long.
They get big fast. Is he stealing Milo's food?
Well, with Marley. Well,
Marley. I'm sorry. I want to say Milo. No, okay. Milo was my ex-girlfriend's dog's name. I got Milo and Marley confused. Sorry.
That was a movie years ago. I remember that.
Marley. What's his name? The writer from. There's I can't remember the guy's name. It was a Luke Wilson. No, not Owen Wilson movie. Where he's got the dog. Yeah, Marley and Me or something like that.
That's
good movie.
Yeah, I never saw it.
Solid movie. Solid movie.
Nope, because I don't want to cry the last half hour. I'm not going to watch it.
Oh my god, that was heinous. I mean, I was crying in my soda pop when I watched that. Like, what the hell?
So, Jeff, what have you been up to this week?
So I had the weirdest thing happen the other night.
I can do every night, but okay.
Well, this is a little more weird than usual. So I was like, I'm on Twitter, and, you know, it was funny. Alexa Bliss, who's a WWE superstar, was like annoyed with something about, is there any, you know, God forbid I can't fix storylines or anything like that. Is there anything else you want us to do? I said, and I kind of jokingly said, well, if you can, is it possible, would you consider making it so you could give me a discount on my car insurance? And she immediately, and here's the scary part, she retweeted it. She retweeted it, like, there's 400 likes, it's been retweeted like 30 times. I got retweeted by a WWE goddess. I'm like, that doesn't happen very often. I'm like, you know what my worst part was? I didn't hashtag the show. God damn it.
You didn't react fast enough.
Did you get any more follows out of it?
It's because it happened just that quick.
No, I don't think I did. I didn't get any real follows out of it, but it was really funny because... I've been
so derelict and neglecting our Twitter account.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
We need a social media expert to use Twitter, because I hate Twitter.
Well, no, you're not a one.
It's not that I hate it.
I don't do Twitter. No,
it's mean. I mean, it's just mean.
There's no filter on Twitter. There's no filter on Twitter. It's just like, everybody is viewing all kinds of shit on Twitter, and it's like it just goes unheralded, and you're like, oh my god, you know?
And it's like all the people who like complain about Facebook, I'm like, fuck, have you been on Twitter? Holy shit. And then it's like, it's like, and the weird part is like on Twitter, it's like fucking acceptable. It's like, it's just Twitter. It's just Twitter. I'm like, what? I've seen some of the things people write on Twitter. It's like, holy shit, really? I'm like, wow. But yeah, so.
Speaking of Twitter, just to call something in, you know, as far as like other sites, have you guys? Okay, I'm sure when you guys go venturing on the internets and everything, do you get the pop-ups to Big O?
No.
What?
Do you get the pop-ups to Big O? Big O is another site now. It's one of these female sites where it's like, hi, get on Big O and you can do your groovy thing. Big O is nasty.
No.
Because
Ivan, you stay away from that. Don't go to there, Ivan.
So
don't go to strange internet places.
Well, I didn't, honestly.
Well,
I was on
strange internet places.
I was on Instagram, and somebody through my messenger has sent me this link, and it's just like,
that's the first rule.
That was my big mistake. Okay, so what I did,
like rule number one.
Yeah, I know, but but my curiosity gets the best of me. I'm
no, Ivan, no.
That's how you lose an entire computer system.
That's how you get viruses and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, I came out of this.
Anyway.
Wait a minute, no,
rule
really.
Number one. Do I know this person? No. Did I get a weird link from them that I should click on that I don't recognize where it's from? Oh, I should totally click on that. Are you fucking crazy?
Well, I did. I clicked on it, and needless to say, it seems like the underworld has finally found another way to solicit, sex.
Well, this is not new. I mean,
no, but this is not new. But the thing about this is, it's like, I mean, they just tell you right up front and center. They're not looking for relationships. They just want to fuck you. So we will ask you a few questions. Will you wear a condom?
No, Ivan, no.
Will you wear a condom? Will you, and all this other stuff. And I was just like, holy shit, who sent me this? So, but I was able to erase
a bot,
it.
Ivan, a robot sent it to you.
A bot. Russia sent that to you.
That's right.
Well, I don't know. All I know is you had all of these.
It's either a Chi-Com or a Russian, somebody who doesn't know that there are MILFs in your area that want to have sex.
Well, but it wasn't even MILFs, man. I mean, it was just like it's all like these 20, 25 somethings, and I was just like, oh my god. So I just like, I deleted it, I got rid of it, and I was just like, Jesus.
Yeah, Ivan, there's this place called Tinder.
Yeah,
okay?
I know. And I've heard all about Tinder.
Right.
Okay. I mean,
so,
I've heard all about Tinder.
Forgive me if I've never heard of Big O, but I've heard of Tinder. So,
okay, well, go on your sites, go on your computer sites,
go on your computer sites.
My computer sites.
Go on your computer. Okay, there's the name of the show. Go on your computer sites.
Computer sites.
Okay, take it away. And go to your computers and look up Big O. Okay?
No, I don't want to, because I don't want to get.
Not really.
I don't want to get viruses.
No. You'll see the advertisings. I'm not telling you to go to the site, but you'll see the advertising that they got for these, and it's, it was just like, oh my gosh, and it's just a freaky thing that they would come up with Big O, knowing that I'm a person that likes large women, and the computer knew that I like large women, which is scary. Because why would they send this to me knowing that I like large women? I mean, I have my Julie, which, bless her, she's doing better, thank goodness. And
wait. So you got, approached for a large women's Facebook knock and boot site?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, of course, now, also Facebook is facing litigation right now for face recognition. Did you hear about the class action suit?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I want my $400.
I already signed up for it. I mean, what could it hurt? I could get my $400 or I can get $7, but, for the aggravation you're giving me about not being able to stream, yeah. Not really.
No, hey, I mean, I understand. Yeah, I mean, I get it. But, so yeah, I got tweeted by a WWE superstar.
That's awesome.
Retweeted by a WWE superstar
that's great.
yesterday.
That's great.
Actually, a gorgeous WWE superstar.
You're gonna
be perfectly honest with you.
Available?
I don't know. That's really not happening.
Why not? What do you mean that's really not happening? You're a handsome guy.
Yeah. I mean, she's, like I said, this is just,
I'm gonna get
I got somebody, no, hold a second. All I did was tweet something that was funny, and I'm glad she liked it. I'm glad she thought it was funny. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, and that's a beautiful thing. I mean, it was just like when I met Stevie Nicks. It's a beautiful thing. It's one of those moments. You're like, wow.
Right. So, like I said, so who knows? But yeah, what was I gonna say? But yeah, so there's that. What did I do? I watched, I checked out this show called Filthy Rich. And it's Kim Cattrall. It's a Fox show, and I kind of laugh because
it's like Richie Rich.
No, it's like Dynasty, except it's all based on the Jim Bakers, the Swagger.
Oh, the TV evangelists?
Where it's like, like it's a big time, And I'm kind of laughing because I'm like, I just wonder if this wasn't on Fox, if all the Fox News hosts wouldn't be slamming the hell out of this thing. Because I was like, I am really surprised that this show has not gotten hammered. It's really pretty soapy. It has like this Dynasty feel a little bit to it, but like Kim Cattrall.
Is it like soap?
No. I mean like Dynasty.
No, but I mean, you remember a show called Soap.
Right, no, this isn't funny. This is like more, well, let me rephrase that. It could be amusing, but at the same time, this is more of like your nighttime, over-the-top soap opera.
Okay.
But so the first three episodes are on Fox.
Wow, Kim's had a lot of work done.
Yeah, but it, in fairness, like I said, it's amusing. It's kind of funny. It's kind of amusing. It's got a little bit of that Empire vibe to it a little bit too.
Mm.
Okay. And it works. It's entertaining. I wouldn't sit there and say it's like earth shattering, but if you're looking for something to like munch some popcorn or some snacks and be amused, that'll be good. That's good. I did watch something that NBC is running called Transplant. I did watch the first 4 episodes.
Okay.
About a doctor who has come from a guy who's come from overseas who ends up working as a doctor who's from Syria, and he can't and there's the issues of him coming from overseas without having his paperwork or without this or without that. And he's working at a hospital. I think I don't remember if it's Canada or what it is, but it's a well put together show that's out there on NBC.
Okay.
I would say it's a worthwhile watch if you're looking for something new and different. What else did I pick up? I caught a movie called Hotel Aramis from 2018. Jodie Foster, Sterling K. Brown. I'm trying to think of who else was in that thing. There were a few other people that were in there that were in there, and it was intriguing.
Hotel Artemis. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Did I say that? Say Hotel Artemis? My bad.
You said Artemis, but that's okay. I was looking for it here. It's only 58% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I enjoyed it. It was, it's been sitting on my DVR for a while, and I had it, and I was like, you know what? It's kind of interesting. It was a little bit different. I mean, I would give it
got a lot of star power.
Yeah. I give it 2.5. I'm not going to sit there and say it was spectacular, but it was, worth, checking out.
It's a good viewer fill type of thing.
Right. It was unique enough. It had some interesting moments. It was, was it spectacular? No. Or there's some things where I kind of sit there, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I think maybe they thought they might get another movie, and I don't think that was going to happen. So I don't know, because there's some things that are kind of left to the open. But it's kind of got that. It's kind of got that feeling like it's kind of got that dusk till dawn feel a little bit to it too at times. But and then it's like it's almost like it has that feel, but it also has like the Smoking Aces feel. If you've ever seen Smoking Aces.
Oh, years ago, I think I saw Smoking Aces.
The one with Jeremy Piven and all the hitmen and all that shit.
I saw it. It was on cable years ago, but I don't remember much of it.
Because at points it does seem like a clusterfuck in the way that things come together. But like I said, it wasn't okay. It wasn't great. Well, and then trying to think of anything else that I've got going on. I had anything going on. Well, obviously holiday and,
Which, Happy New Year and,
yes.
Happy Day of Atonement.
Yes. That was, let me tell you something. I could go an entire day sometimes without eating. Sit there and say to yourself, okay, today I'm not going to eat, and everything just like Really? Why am I so hungry?
Can you drink water?
You're not supposed to, but I feel like you can, and then I kind of do sometimes.
I don't think your religion would leave you to dehydrate. I mean, come on.
It depends on who you talk to. It depends on who you talk to. I don't know. I've never agreed with that. So to me, I've kind of been like, that's why it's funny. I kind of was like, look, if you've got to take pills or there's certain things you need to do, then you don't fast. And that's just it.
But what if you have to take pills with food?
Then you do it.
Just like a piece of bread?
Then you do it.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you need that to stay, if you need to save that to survive, then you do it.
Yeah.
So you basically take a matzo cracker and you take your pills and you drink your water and
yeah,
something like that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that in all seriousness.
Right, and then we talked about it last time that I didn't get picked for the mall. So yeah,
that
it's one of those where it's like I kind of laugh because I wasn't sure if I really had something fully figured out. Although by the time it was time, I was like, okay, I know what I would have talked about. But yeah, I was just kind of like, okay, fine. I think the next one's October 16th. I think it's like a Friday night, so I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a shot again, but we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But yeah, that's the only other thing I got going on is I got a contest this coming weekend on Sunday morning, so we'll see how that goes.
Is this another global competition?
This is more localized. It's more the Chicago area. These competitions, the World Championship doesn't start again until after January 1 usually. And I need to work on that too. I need to work on that as well. So, but what about you? Wow.
Okay, about you, Mike. What's up with you?
Well, I've just been working my ass off. With the promotion, I'll be working every other Sunday, but I'll be working these next 2 Sundays. This one and this last one. But yeah, we're just busy this time of year. I think because everything's like, I know the last 6 months have been in a time warp, but now like the weather's turning and everyone's hurrying to get their fall projects done right away. It's like, it just seems like we're busier than usual this time of year. I think everyone's just, I don't know, it's the year's finally catching up with everybody maybe.
I've noticed that the escalation of holiday things, i.e., Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. In fact, I was watching television the other day, and already they're running Christmas movies. They're already running Christmas specials. Well, it depends
on whichever network you're watching. Yeah, I mean, Hallmark Channel, I think, runs Christmas movies, I think, once a week.
Eventually.
Yeah. It's my mom. She's like, what are you watching there? The Christmas movies. Oh, my God. Anyway, I see more and more people with, I was going to the store this morning before work, and I drove past the house that like a super cool Halloween display, like a bunch of skeletons in it. Like there was some, like a giant horse skeleton with a guy, like a cowboy on top, cowboy skeleton on top riding the horse skeleton.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I almost stopped, took a picture of it. But let's see what else. Work. It's been busy. I followed the PulseCon. The Hasbro Pulse had their own kind of virtual convention over the weekend.
Yeah.
Just showcasing the new stuff and new pre-orders. The HasLab put up, they kickstarted Razor Crest for the Vintage series. So it's been like the 3 3/4 scale. Razor Quest from the Mandalorian, the ship. I guess it's going to be like 2.5 feet tall or 2.5 feet long or whatever. And it's already fully funded because Star Wars people they're insane. And Mandalorian's extremely popular, and there's only a month until season 2 drops, so the hype is building for that. So what else? They showed the teaser trailer for season 2, I guess, of the Netflix Transformers, which is like the Earthrise, they call it, part of the trilogy. And it's same. I mean, a lot of it's just dark, just like how the first few episodes were. It just looks more the same. But looks like they're going to expound more upon like Sound Blaster and Double Dealer, and like have like a third faction where it's always been, you know, the Autobots versus Decepticons, but they're expounding upon this mercenary faction, which is interesting, something new, something we need in our
to breathe life back into the franchise.
Yeah, not just have the same, you know, characters. You know, like the Siege, whatever we had with Netflix back in August. It was a soft reboot in a way of G1, but which is the original series from the 80s. But this looks interesting, and of course they dropped a bunch of new releases. I guess they're finally making a Black Series Jar Jar Binks. Like, I didn't know, like, you know, the Black Series had been around for a while. That's the 6-inch tall Star Wars figures.
Okay.
Like, you know, the premium ones for like the $20 price point, same as like the Marvel Legends. But they're finally making a Jar Jar Binks because they haven't made one since. I mean, they've re-released a lot of stuff. I mean, couldn't tell you how many Vaders they made, and how many new troopers, and how many Han Solos and Lukes and Leias we've gotten over the years. But they're finally going to make a Jar Jar. I'm like, okay, that's not what I'm. You know, that's a glaring hole in a lot of people's collections for people who like the prequels. So.
Well, I guess you got people that are you got the completists that, you know, I guess that's a
well, if you're a completist, you're gonna have to wait a while because there's still crap tons of figures they haven't made yet for.
Well, there's this whack ass fan theory out there that Jar Jar was the second Emperor Apprentice. There really is. There's a second theory out there about it, and I've seen cartoon art for it and stuff like that.
He cast the deciding vote, I guess, for the,
and all that
emergency
stuff.
powers
Really
to Chancellor Palpatine. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like there's this whack ass theory, and it's gotten play by quite a bit of people. So he's gotten a little bit more popularity because of it, and it's like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fart in the wind. Okay.
Well, welcome to fandoms.
Well, it's fan theories, man. Fan theories. They got the whole, like, you know, bulletin board with the thumbtacks and the red string going from photo to photo.
With the different color strings trying to.
Right.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, Mike. If tomorrow, like, Hasbro called you up and said, okay, Mike Boyle.
Yeah?
Come on in. We want your input and your creative thought on creating movies.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God.
Well, first of all, I'm no writer.
Mm-hmm.
And I...
Oh, no,
but you know what you like.
Yeah, I know what I like, but
That is not true. That is not true. No. I'm
not good at writing fiction. I'm good at being observing. Like Jaffo in Blue Thunder.
You know, don't say you're not a writer.
Wow, there's a little reference. Wow.
Yeah.
What, Airwolf wasn't available?
I didn't like Airwolf. I liked Blue Thunder better.
Same thing.
No, it's not. They're two different vehicles. But I thought Blue Thunder was just cooler.
Airwolf was a helicopter too.
Yeah, Airwolf was just like a plane, but it's like a helicopter. I don't know. And I didn't like Jan Michael Vincent. That's just me.
Well, that's okay.
So anyway, getting back to your question, yeah.
Wait, so you didn't like Miami Vice?
Miami Vice was just kind of there.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't watch it religiously. I was more of a Knight Rider and A-Team. I was more like Knight Rider and A-Team.
Well, you know, I like, but I also
now.
like.
Oh
no,
yeah, I saw that post from David Hasselhoff, because Knight Rider aired 40 years ago last week.
Oh God.
Welcome to your life.
Oh.
Or is it 35? I have to. No, it's 80. No, it was like 38. No, it's 30. I'm sorry. It was 38 years ago.
Doesn't matter.
1982.
Still older than I want to be.
Close enough.
Man, I had a black 12-speed growing up, so that was my kit actually.
Did the front light up? And
No, it didn't. You know, no turbo boost button, no.
But you pretended there was one.
Yeah.
You'd make the little sound. You'd be like, whoosh, 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 whoosh.
Sure, sure, Hasbro, give me a call if you need some input on how to make, you know, what story to make in a good movie. You know, I think maybe like a standalone Optimus Prime film.
Yeah, but
maybe like how Bumblebee had his own film. You could do that.
How do you do a Aren't they really all Optimus Prime films anyway?
No, Bumblebee was a Bumblebee movie.
Well, okay, Bumblebee. Okay, yeah. But I'm talking about like the actual.
Well, he's the hero, I guess. Aside from the last night where he like shows up the last hour. I don't even want to talk about the last night, man. That sucked balls. Anyway, yeah, sure. I'd love to get to.
I did kind of enjoy Evil Prime a little bit.
Don't tell me. Have you watched the last night? Oh my god.
Yeah, I did. I went to the theater.
Fuck. I don't even own the DVD.
I cannot believe that I'm listening to Mike.
I can't even own the DVD. I'm like, no.
It's not a good movie.
No, it's not.
That.
It's horrible.
But in fairness, the reason I went was because
two fanatical friends. Like,
I'm sorry. What was that, Jeff?
Movie. Oh my god! Wow.
The reason I went was because, well, honestly, as much as yeah, it's Michael Bay, but you kind of know what you're going to get from Michael Bay.
We know.
And it was an afternoon.
It was an afternoon.
It's $6.
Yeah.
You know. Okay.
Someone have to pay me $6 to see it.
Honestly, it was the worst.
This was the worst.
Michael Bay movie. Yeah, that was.
Last night was the worst.
Yeah, that was bad. It was bad.
So sure, yeah, Hasbro, give me a call. But what else? I pre-ordered a couple of the exclusives. I guess. Well, one of them like. I'm sorry. What was that, Ivan?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you just complete a set after your trip to DairyCon?
No, I didn't buy it at DairyCon. I got it just beforehand, but I finally opened it. That was the Brawl from that the Combaticon set. I posted that to my social media. I got him right here. Listen to that.
Yeah, I saw that. It's gorgeous.
Nice clickety ratchet joints.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah, he's awesome. Man, I finished that Combaticon set. That is, it took started collecting back in November, so it's been almost 9 months to collect that. No, 10 months.
Yeah.
To finish that set. So it's great. So I'm going to put that in my glass case, and I combined them just to see what they look like. The combined mode's a little unstable, but the all-in-one feature is worth it for me. Because the look is aesthetic, and it looks the part as a Generation 1 Bruticus from the Combaticon team. So yeah, I liked it.
Right.
But I did pre-order a couple things from Hasbro Pulse's website. I guess Greg Berker, who's the voice of Grimlock, was the dinosaur, the T-Rex. He was the voice of Generation 1 Grimlock, was inducted into the Hall of Fame, so good on him. I met him a couple times, actually. I was autographed, but he's a cool dude. What else? I think that's about it for me. I've got a couple of DVDs here I want to watch. I did get one at DairyCon for it was one of the animated ones. That's Gotham Knight, I think is the name of it.
Uh-huh.
So I'll watch that eventually. Yes, I know I have not watched Stargirl yet.
I'm not shocked by that.
No, I don't know. I mean, it's there. It's out there. I got to find it now. I don't know if I even DVR'd it. It should still be on demand, or I can find it on the internet. I'll find it somewhere.
Speaking of entertainment situations, did you hear about the censoring of the Boondocks and Aqua Teen Hunger Force from Cartoon Network, from Adult Swim?
I don't watch Adult Swim. I don't watch Cartoon Network anymore. But what's the story?
I read a little bit on this.
Well, the story about it, as I understand it, was that I guess now a lot of the episodes in those two series, especially, are now sensitive. They have sensitive issues going on with them, and so now
it's not a lot. It was there's 3 episodes of Boondocks which I've never really watched, and then there's There's 2 episodes of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and having watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force, one of them has to do with the fact that they got a disease from black people, or something like that.
Okay, so let's see. Adult Swim deletes the Boondocks and Aqua Teen Hunger Force episodes over cultural sensitivities.
Right, because I watched several of the Boondock episodes, and I have to say, Boondocks in its printed page inception, was a very groundbreaking piece of cartooning.
Well, the cartoon is too. I mean,
but the thing about the cartoon though, which I've noticed that far and apart from what I've read on the comics and such, I mean, they seem to take certain liberties. I mean, and it did tend to get very brawny. It did tend to get very,
these are from 10 years ago, so the culture has changed, and the
other thing is too, I know they're in the process of making new episodes of Boondocks. I know that for a fact.
Well, yeah, they are doing new episodes, and that is true.
Didn't the artist didn't he still make a strip, like a comic strip that's in the papers?
Yeah,
that's where That's
where it came from. It was much like Life in Hell, with Matt Groening, and then thus spawned The Simpsons. Huh?
That's Matt Groening. It's not. I don't think it's pronounced groaning, as in moaning.
Well, that's
I'm all for groaning.
I'm all for groaning too.
I watch.
I'm kind of bemoaning.
Turn on The Simpsons. I start groaning because it's like Simpsons has been funny in 10 years. Are we getting a new Treehouse of Horrors this year?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's the only ones I tend to kind of try and watch. And tomorrow's the South Park Pandemic Special. I'm going to watch that. So we'll talk about that next week.
Did you guys see the? I don't know. I don't know if it's if it's been out there already or it's relatively new, because I ran into Family Guy on Sunday night.
I don't watch Family Guy. No, watch Family Guy.
And
I've watched it.
They had an episode where Peter ends up working in the White House, and they just totally spoof on Donald Trump. I mean, probably the most hysterical episode of Family Guy I've seen in a long while.
Yeah, I saw an interview with Seth MacFarlane, and he says they're partway filming season 3, but because of all the prosthetic makeup and having to do the shots with the extra cast members, is that it's not safe yet. But he's reassuring his fans that they're working on season 3 of The Orville. But I know, Seth is more left leaning, but at least he does. I know he does have some friends that are right of center. So at least he's extends the olive branch in that regard. But
like I said, it was quite the episode. And I was pretty much like, wow, that's pretty ballsy.
I don't know if that's a new episode or not, but
I don't know.
Fairly recent.
Well, if you go to, all you people go to your
internet sites.
Go to your internet sites and check it out.
Computer sites.
Computer sites, that's it.
Sites. And check out
maybe Big O's. Big O's will have it.
Bagels?
Bagels, yes, I want bagels.
Bagels.
Oh, okay. I like bagels. I like bagels a lot.
Go to your computer sites, and you'll find
Go to your computer sites with the bagels.
Yeah.
Or the Big O's, or whatever.
Bagels.
I like Bacos. Bacos are good.
No, I like Bacos on salad.
Bacon
bits? Bacos are Bacos on anything is
Bacos on salad. Bacos. Remember the little, jar of, crunchy, bacon bits? Bacos.
I don't do the imitation ones anymore. I don't settle for anything less than the real thing.
Yeah, speaking of
You're
the
a
real
snob.
Oh,
That's
boy,
right. I'm a bacon snob.
Bacon snob.
Bacon snob, but that's okay. I did a really good couple of nights worth of meals over here at the house. Man, it's like since Julie's been, recuperating and everything, I've seemed to have got a flair for the cuisine going lately.
Chef Boyardee, huh?
No. I'm talking serious, riced cauliflower and vegetables and,
Oh, wow.
and chicken, just real deal stuff.
So
Night,
McNuggets.
No. Chicken breast out of the freezer, thawed, cut down, diced up, put it in the oven. Real deal food. I did a New Orleans dirty rice that was to die for on last Monday, and I was like, wow, it turned out better than I thought it would. Reading all this stuff on the internet, and it's like, I think I can
on those computer sites, right?
On the computer sites, right? And learning how to actually sustain myself with other than just pre-frozen pizza and pre-frozen chicken nugs and frozen, all this other crap that you can get at the store and just throw it in the microwave and okay, I'm fine. I'm a dude, big deal. Yeah, no, I actually am starting to cook more and more for myself. Huh?
I'm a dude, big deal. Wow. That's funny. So,
anyway.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So you just throw it in the oven and the hell with it. There it is.
Yeah, make sure it's not Marley.
No. Marley and Otis have not tried to go into the refrigerator in a while. They used to do that a lot. I don't know why. I mean, why would my cats want to be frigid felines is beyond me, but it's like I open up the refrigerator and the first thing they want to do is they just want to jump inside. Like, I guess it's the aroma of all the food there. They're like, I'm going crazy.
I'm just trying to preserve the kitties for years.
Yeah, I'm cryogenically trying to preserve their.
So Pete is going to come after us. That's the end. That's the end of us right there. We had a bunch of kind of interesting announcements this past week.
Yeah, some news. Yeah.
We had a Samuel L. Jackson show that's going to happen in terms of there's going to be there's a Nick Fury show. But no one's sure when that's going to be set exactly.
There's a Drew Barrymore.
Might be Sword, might be something prior to S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right. Nobody's sure about that. Yeah. And then I guess HBO Max is doing a Peacemaker show based on the Peacemaker character that's going to be in Suicide Squad. So it's James Gunn and John Cena. So congratulations to John Cena. You've gotten picked up for that. So that's a solid thing. And then unfortunately for Mike was really hoping for some Marvel stuff, and that's really not going to happen this year. Except,
they pushed back Black Widow all the way back to May.
Yep, which makes sense. It kind of makes sense.
But Mike's been waiting forever, though.
Well, he the Mandalorian's this month coming up. He'll be okay.
You'll survive, Mike. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to wait, that's all. I'm going to wait till December to see Mulan for free.
Yeah, you're not doing the $30 route, huh?
No.
Good boy.
No. I hear it's good, but I'm just not, I'll just wait till it's
I've read different things about it. I mean, across the board. Yeah, no, not worth $30 of my time. I'm worth the $30. I get to see it as much as I want to see it. I don't know. I mean, $30, that's a hefty price to pay for a movie that you'll probably see maybe once, twice if you want, but
Yeah, I mean, really, in reality, this is an example of where we're not the right. We're not the right demographic for wanting to watch that movie more than once.
My friend of mine watched it. He has a son and a daughter, and they said it was a good film. They enjoyed it, and the kids liked it.
And I think that's what they're aiming for, but they're hitting the adult pocketbook in order for the kids. Dad, Mom, I want to see the Mulan. Yeah, but it's $30. I don't care. I want to see it. Okay.
Then that's when you go on Disney Plus and watch the animated Mulan for free.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. Well, and that's kind of where it's at. But so like I said, the big there's with Marvel, like I said, obviously the news is there's gonna be a Nick Fury show. Not a lot of details on time frame or anything along those lines, but again, interesting because we're gonna get that as a Disney Plus show, not a movie. So it's interesting that's the direction that they've decided to go with some of these characters that are characters that might be more interesting and might have a little bit more box office appeal. Would you disagree with that, Mike?
No, I would not. I mean, it is, they know how to get a crowd, so whatever they throw at us, we'll see. But I mean,
Right. Just like, I'll be honest, I'm curious, so a little bit of DC news this week in that, they do have somebody who's going to play Hawkman. Aldous Hodge is going to end up playing Hawkman in the Black Adam film. And a lot of, I guess the way this is going to look is that this could end up being a backdoor into getting us a Justice Society movie. We'll see. We'll see where this all goes and how this all plays out. I think they'll figure it out, and I think they'll nail that down. Again, like I said, there's a Peacemaker movie that's apparently, not movie, but series that's going to take place on HBO Max. And, before we get to I feel like I'm having a rant on this almost every week now, but the only other thing I can think of is that apparently the live action Lion King is getting a sequel.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did read that, and yes, it's true.
I don't know.
And of course, the 3-letter word. Why?
Because Lion King made money, so.
Yeah, there's your real answer.
Yeah.
Is it made money? It made big money.
Dollar bills, yo.
And in fairness, I think they're working on another Aladdin live action too, because I think that did well for them too.
Aladdin 2?
I think so.
Interesting.
I think so.
So are they gonna base it off of the spinoffs that were direct to video?
Probably not. Probably not.
Probably not. No, I presume it'll be a news story.
Right. I assume they'll go a different direction, or they'll go something. They might use some of what they talked about, but who knows?
Yeah, it would make a great news story.
Okay. Well, I'm sure they have that porn, but no, that's not what we're talking about now. The only other thing of note is, like I said, I feel like we're talking about this every week now, which is, so now with Justice League,
because it's almost done. It's practically done.
Oh, it's almost done, except for the fact that apparently they're bringing almost the entire cast back to do reshoots.
Well, Cavill's denied that he's going to be involved in the reshoots because he says they got all his footage.
Mm-hmm.
But it's practically done. I mean, it's almost done.
Yeah. I mean,
all you need
it went from 20 to 30 million to 70 million. Then they're allowed to, and the defenders are just hysterical because it's like, they're allowed to do reshoots. It's like, we want Snyder to have his vision. All I know is all I can say is this. Fine. You're getting everything you want. All I can say now is, with the amount of stuff that he's getting, And if he's getting reshoots and they're reshooting entire sections of this movie, and they're adding on sections of this movie 3 years later, I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now.
The continuity
4 years. 4 years later. I'm telling you right now. I mean, it better be good. It should be good. I mean,
it just begs the different situation where, okay, it's like, yeah, you got a movie, let's add something else to the movie. It's almost as though it's almost setting itself for fail, because you know what? People are going to know the difference between the original movie and then the new stuff that's been added.
Well, the problem the problem is, Ivan, is that there are a lot of people who didn't like the original movie because Joss Whedon showed up and changed the vision of the movie.
Changed the tone.
And he wasn't alone. Changed the tone of the film. So did Jeff Johns. That they came in and they kind of gave it a little bit more of a Marvel feel. And in fairness, I kind of laugh because what people forget about that movie, about when that movie happened, was they asked for another 3 to 4 months at that point because they felt they needed it and were told no, they couldn't have it. So I kind of laugh now because it's like, okay, 4 years later, you're getting all this time and you're getting all this extra reshoots and my understanding was, it's in the can, it's done. We only have to put a couple things together. We just need a little bit of time. And now it's just turning into, well, we got to do a few other things, and now we're going to add shots, and we're going to bring in the entire cast to do more shooting. It's like, wait a minute, what are you talking about?
How did it become the project again? That's, Also, aren't they doing something with a Batman movie too?
Well, Pattinson's Batman, that's going to get pushed to next October. So I think I was listening to this other podcast. They're talking about how this whole shit with 2020, and it's helping because I think we even might have even discussed this the other day about how, maybe this is a good time after Endgame. We can just get our bearings and come back fresh, and how absence makes the heart grow fonder. But I think I remember before the COVID, before Endgame, we were getting 6 or 7 superhero movies a year. And the way it sounds like in 2021, 22, we're going to get 12 superhero movies a year. I think it's going to get even stronger.
Wow. Well, here's the thing. You have an entire industry that has a lot of content that at this point is sitting in the can because they couldn't do anything with it this year. You literally have an entire summer slate of this year's movies
wiped out.
It's sitting in a can, waiting to get reused. We're talking only about the superhero stuff. We're not thinking about things like the Top Gun sequel that was everybody wanted to see. Or the fact that the new Ghostbusters thing was supposed to come out this summer. Okay?
Right.
Those were in the works for this summer as well. And all that just went okay. It's it's whoosh. They're just they're holding all this anything that was a major.
There's going to be a shit ton of movies coming out in 2021, given the fact that we get people are getting back to the theaters, or if they're going to just do direct to cable services and such like that, or streaming.
I don't think the movie industry is this 2020 formula is not sustainable. We're going to have to go back to the movie theaters.
Well, in the meantime, here's the irony. Which is, meanwhile, L.A. and New York are not reopened.
Nope.
They're not reopened. There are,
a lot of disputes happening still, and there's still a lot of issues still happening in California. And
I gotta be honest, the Tenet, which was supposed to be this big, huge movie, okay, is only doing now. I did 300 globally in the middle of a pandemic, but only 40 million of it is United States markets. And that movie was supposed to do like 100 times that number, maybe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, well, it was supposed to do multiple times that, yeah.
So, I mean, that should tell you where the movie going market is right now about going back to the movies. And it's funny because it's like theaters here locally in the Chicago area, they're open, but we've had this conversation. Quick, what are we going to? Is there any one of the three of us who feel comfortable enough right now to go into a theater, unless it was something we really wanted to see?
Well, the New Mutants. Is that the name of the movie?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's playing at our theater.
So it's playing at my theater in Logan Square. They had that playing, and the one rare time I was out walking about, just to get to there, and I saw it, and I really did entertain the notion of wanting to go in and seeing it, but I'm still not comfortable with it. I don't know why.
Nope.
I'm still not comfortable with it. Okay, they can.
No, I can't, because it only takes one. Because I hate to say it only takes one idiot who decides. I mean, let's be honest. We've all had this happen before. Empty theater. There's nobody. There's practically nobody in the theater. You pick a seat, and
it's a seat that's polluted.
And no, it's not even that. It's somebody else walks in, and there's 50 million other seats in this place.
But they want to sit
right next to you. And you're like, and you don't even know them, and you're like, really?
It's like, dude, are you serious? You need to go over there.
And it's like, you think this is going to be, you think this is any different with COVID? I mean, I don't think it's, if anything, it's worse now. Now there's people who really don't seem to.
Well, we've ended up, in the latest.
We're 6 months in, and people are getting frustrated.
Well,
I'm seeing it personally, and I see people at not just as I'm shopping, but people at my work, and I hear people talking under their breath saying, "I'm tired of this. I hate this."
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
I've been fortunate the last couple weeks. We haven't had any assholes come in stomping their feet about their liberty.
Well, amongst the fact that we got 300 more COVID cases, so the COVID cases are still coming in.
Yeah,
so that's the point.
Yeah, well, and I don't want to.
It's going to happen. That was the point of the lockdown, was to slow the curve, but it's just inevitable that more and more people are going to get this, and
there's a lot more to it than that at this point.
I don't want to get into a whole lot, but we've been dealing with this for 6 fucking months, but.
No offense. Some of these, we forget some of these things when when there have been previous pandemics have taken years.
Yeah.
Years. And in fairness, okay. I don't want to get into the politics of who was right or who was wrong, but the truth is that it's really clear. It's really clear based on what movie theaters are doing right now. That as much as, because look, let's be honest, as much as New York and LA isn't open, most of the country's movie theaters are open.
Right.
And meanwhile, I don't see people running to go to the movie.
Yeah, because they don't want to go ahead and risk getting sick. That's just it. They just don't want to do that.
It's not even that. It's, what? And this is part of it, which is, it's not only do I not want to get sick, it's I don't want to get sick, and look, Netflix just came out with a whole bunch of new interesting stuff. Amazon came out with a whole bunch of interesting things. I've got, like me with Comcast, they're giving, if you have Xfinity, you're getting Peacock for free. Okay, great. Here's all this content to look at from there. People are taking it.
It's just like there's almost like a viewers war between the streamers and the moviegoers.
Well, it's not even the moviegoers. It's not versus the moviegoers. I mean, this was always sort of there. The difference was you had a situation where it was okay to go to the movies. Well, now, now it's not. And now people's reaction is, okay, right now I feel more comfortable giving my money towards streamers than I do towards paying to go to see a movie in a movie theater.
And not only that, you get the comfort zone too. You're at home.
Right, but that's what I mean. Right now that's where it is. Yep. And the only interesting question is going to be and again, we'll see where this goes. There's a whole slate of movies that are supposed to come out at Christmas time, and there's a whole bunch of stuff like Dune is supposed to happen, and Wonder Woman 84 movie, and there are a few others that are all supposed to come out in Christmas time. Now, right now, it's all a go. I will not be shocked. I will not be shocked if any of them don't launch.
No, at this point, no. I wouldn't be surprised either if they canceled and postponed, just like how Marvel did.
Mm-hmm. Or the fact that they're just going to sidestep that whole movie theater sensibility and just say, you want to see it at home? You're going to pay X amount of dollars to see it at home.
Maybe. I think they're not ready to go there with some of these movies. I think they're not ready to go there with some of these movies yet. Mulan, they were willing to go there because I think that was a movie for them where they thought they were going to get people, but maybe not, and they weren't sure. And in fairness, that's a movie where $30, I hate to say it, if you've got a family with kids, $30.
Well, yeah, the $30. Well, that's fine because they were charging what, $11 a person now?
As far as I know, and like Europe and China, I think are still pretty well locked down too. It's like we always forget about that the foreign markets are more and more influential now than they were, especially China, because China's got movies going.
Yeah, see, okay. China's got movies going, and Europe's got movies going too.
But the UK,
they're further along in what they got going on. Because, like I said,
as far as I know, the UK is still locked down, right?
Yeah, the UK is still on lockdown. Yeah, I know that for a fact. In fact, they're going back in again. They tried.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's where we're at right now, which is
wait and see.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have the holiday box office because, and trust me, I'd love to see it. I mean, honestly, let's be honest. If I'm, to Ivan's point, okay, if I want an influx of people to buy HBO Max right now, yeah, you could take the loss on Wonder Woman 84 and sit there and go, hey, we're going to exclusively run this on HBO Max. Okay, we're going to exclusively run it. And you have to buy HBO Max to watch it. And you know what? People would do it, depending on what the costs are. But yeah, just like Mike said, Mike said and has said a couple times, if he won't $30 for Mulan, probably not. If it had been $30 for Black Widow, Mike was there.
Yeah, most likely.
Mike was there. Yeah. I wasn't. I wasn't. My reaction was, okay, I'm not paying $30 for that.
But I would pay $30 to see Wonder Woman 84.
No. I don't know if I'm willing to pay $30 to see that either. I will admit that I'd be willing to pay.
If you had your choice of any movie that you would like to see that, what would you do? Which one would you go to?
I gotta be honest, I don't think right now I'm willing to pay $30 for anything.
Okay.
I think I'd be willing if someone sat there and said to me, okay, Wonder Woman 84 for $20.
Okay.
I think I would do it, and the reason I would do it is because I know, ironically, my mom would want to watch it.
Okay.
Okay. So at least that's two of us, and if we were to pay for it separately, but the truth is, otherwise it's, again, some of this has to do with the economics of who you are. Okay. If you're a family, $30 is not a big deal. If you're a family of 3 or 4 or 5, $30 to see Mulan?
Yeah,
sure.
It's a drop in the bucket at $30 for a family of 4 or 5 or 6.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
I'd have a watch party. I'd have a couple buds over.
Yeah, see, I'm not even feeling comfortable enough to have a couple people over to go, hey, I'm going to watch this. Well, now that is the other thing. Now that would be the other thing. The other thing would be, okay, all right, I am getting this. I'll share my code. Everybody watch. You only got it for a certain amount of time. Like, I had friends of mine who I sat there and I said, okay, I'm going to have Disney Plus. I'm going to have it for a month. If you want to watch Hamilton, you better watch it. The irony is neither one of them watched it, and one of them instead watched the Star Wars movies and Mandalorian. And I'm like, go watch Hamilton. What am I talking about? Mike hasn't watched Hamilton yet.
Nope. It's right there. It's over there.
You're killing me, man.
Yeah.
Well, I
was looking at Stargirl, man. Hey, lay off, man.
I've heard the soundtrack. I mean, to Hamilton. I haven't seen it, but I know what it is. And I like the music, so I know I'm going to like it once I do get to see it. Once I have an opportunity to see it.
And that's free with a regular subscription to Disney Plus.
Yeah, Soraya's got that.
That's why I kind of laugh, because it's like, and that's the other thing. That's the other reason why I laugh about this Mulan $30 thing. Well, shit, why do I want to give you $30? I didn't have to pay $30 to watch Hamilton.
Yeah. I mean, I would have paid $30 to see Hamilton. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have.
Yeah, because if you would have went to the theater to see Hamilton, you would have paid 3 times that much.
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to see it on Broadway, it would cost me more than that. If I wanted to see it in the theater,
the cheap seats are starting at $85, $90.
If I wanted to see it in the movies, it would have cost me $10, $12. And knowing the fact that I got family, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we have anything else?
I don't know. Do we have anything else? I don't know. Like I said, I can't speak for Ivan. I know this weekend on Sunday I have I know I have a contest for off the cuff, for like an off the cuff thing. It's pretty simple. We'll see how I do. And then I know I have something Sunday evening, where I'm speaking someplace. But other than that, at the moment, I don't have a lot of.
You posted this to the Squares page. I guess D23 is going to be in Anaheim in September of 2 years from now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's that. The
100th anniversary of Walt Disney. Okay. Wow, that's a big deal.
Actually, that's the other thing. I saw a comic creator post this, that the LA Comic Con, they're going to try to have the LA Comic Con live and in person in LA.
Next year?
Like now.
Now? Whoa.
Hold on a second. I gotta find
Los Angeles is shut down, man. Still shut down.
Yeah, California's shut down, man.
Let me see if I can find it. I saw somebody on Twitter talking about that they were gonna try to make that happen. And I was like, wow, really?
Well, I got it.
Here we go. Here it is. From the LA Times. LA Comic Con announces in-person event, but conventions are still banned in state. Says it's moving forward with plans to hold an in-person convention in December at the LA Convention Center. But large gatherings such as conventions and conferences are currently not permitted anywhere in California amid ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Event organizers explained in an announcement that they've been working with the convention center and taking guidance from state and local officials to plan an event they think will be both safe and fun for attendees and exhibitors.
That's an awfully big chance you're taking there.
Well, here's the interesting part. The executive director of the LA Department of Convention and Tourist Development told the LA Times the announcement came as a surprise and is premature.
Yeah, premature sounds bad.
So, but apparently they're trying to move ahead in LA with an in-person comic convention.
Well,
and yet it's meanwhile, like Mike said, D23, they're like, well, yeah, we'll see you in 2022. They're not even talking about 2021, 2022.
Well, the Stern Pinball Expo is going virtual this year. On October 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I know that is in the mix. I just saw the advertisement for that today, and I'm trying to think. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know. I might end up doing a virtual DJ set rather than an in-person, or doing it from wherever it is they're going to do this. This convention. Also, too, on Saturday, I will be at Logan Arcade, because Logan Arcade has been doing beer weekends from 12 to 7, but now the new fall hours, from 12 to 5, they get a couple of pinball machines outside. They've got merch. They got beer for sale. Everything's out in front of Logan Arcade. So if you're in the area this Saturday and Sunday coming up, the 3rd and the 4th, if my dates are correct, between the hours of 12 and 5, you can, get beer, you can get merch, and Electric Jungle is doing a pop-up there this weekend as well. I will be there for the Saturday pop-up, with, of course, I'll be with a mask and everything like that. It'll be me going out there. It's a lot less people, because there's only going to be, like, at the most, there about maybe 4 people to man up with everything that's happening there. I'll be there Saturday, on behalf of Electric Jungle. And on Sunday, I'm still on Twitch, and with the understanding that, if you want to catch the Twitch programming, you have to catch it as it's happening. Reruns are muted, so if you're thinking, I'm going to catch it later, might as well not do it, but I'm going to go ahead and surprise you by recording the Twitch session, the Mundo 80 session. That's this Sunday, which, 80s music completely. And I'll be recording it, and I'll be sending the unmuted sound to SoundCloud, which if you go to Jive and Ivan's Moonsoul Music Collection page on SoundCloud, you'll find that, and plus a number of other sessions there, including my late friend Russell's, who, passed away earlier last week. And
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, which, he was a great guy, and it happened suddenly. I was in shock about it. And, Russell, beautiful, beautiful person, beautiful soul. He was known as DJ 78, which basically his love of disco music, which his rally cry was disco or die. And, so many of his sessions are now also on my Moonsoul Music page, which I borrowed from the Electric Jungle page. Electric Jungle also has a number of his sessions available as well. So this weekend, like I said, so that's what I'm doing Saturday. That's what I'm doing Sunday. Saturday will probably be the first time ever I'm ever going to be, out there. And I got to keep trying to get over this phobic, feeling about being out there, in the public. But as far as anything else, my track for the compilation for the wildfires has just made it to the hands of Ed Bornstein. So I'm going to be real surprised to see how that turns out. He was real happy with the track that I had sent him. I had recorded a vocal and guitar version of one of my old demos that I made back in 1985, and it was specific to the course of what was happening with the California and Utah wildfires and stuff. And it's just like, so that was something I also did this week as well. So, as far as the Twitch stream is concerned, they're not cracking down yet. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do Twitch, but for right now, I have a set this Sunday from 3 to 7, October 4th.
That's Central Time.
Central Time. October 18th, the Sweet Soulful Sunday will also happen on behalf of Logan Arcade from 3 to 7, Central Standard Time. And then the Satchel Wednesday, the times have been changed for Satchel Wednesday, so that's going to be a 3 to 8 start because I'm cutting back on nighttime spins, which also brings the question too: will I go back out to actual nighttime spinning? I don't believe so, at least not right at this time. And also, I'm going to become part of the Thank God It's Mustache Pantheon page, and I am currently working on content for them. I'm going to be doing a record show, and I'm also going to be releasing sessions for them, to keep, to get them going, to keep them in the thick of trying to keep things going. Because as of right now, by the end of the year, if we don't get to that curve fast enough, we're looking at a good 60 to 75% of small businesses closing permanently. So it's every little bit counts, every little effort counts. So that's the rest of what I got going on for this weekend. Mike, what are you doing?
Nothing. I'm working. No, I'll be watching the South Park special this week. I'll talk about it next week on the show.
Okay.
I really should make an effort to get to finish Stargirl. I mean, it's still out there, so it's out there. It's not going anywhere. Neither am I. No, I'm working all weekend this weekend too. So yeah, we're 10 days away. We're 10 days past DairyCon, and not a single case. So I think of 5 more days, and we'll be free and clear from anyone getting anything from DairyCon. But I don't think it's going to happen because it was a very small and very safe show. So
that's good. Well, that's
confident
good.
We're going to be all good in that regard.
Okay, well, I'm hoping for the best on that behalf because, like I said, as far as like the huge crowds, like if the Stern pinball thing was an actual in-person event, I would have to decline to spin for it because I couldn't handle that.
Yeah. So, well, I guess so. I suppose that's it. So, I guess I'll start saying the thing.
All right.
I'll say
they can find the thing.
We say, the thing. We're on Instagram and Twitter at SOTRT Podcast. We're on YouTube. Click the bell, subscribe, to get new content. Of course, you can follow Ivan's Twitch channel. That's Jivan Ivan, JAVAN IVAN. That's Java and Ivan on twitch.tv. Is it twitch.tv?
It's twitchtv.com.
Yeah, Twitch TV. Okay. Or download the Twitch app. And, of course, you can follow all the crazy stories from our other show, News of the Squared. It's on our Squares Roundtable Facebook page. Send us an email if you like, sotrtpodcast@gmail.com. And, of course, you can download this show on the normal podcast hosting platforms, Google, Spotify, Anchor, and Apple. So with that, I guess that'll do for this week, episode 118 of Squares Roundtable for Jeff.
And Ivan.
Yeah, and Ivan. And me.
Yay.
We hope y'all come back. Be safe, and we'll talk to you next time.
Take care, everybody.